I'm Gray, and this is Terry. Say hello.
Hello.
And welcome to Gray's and Terry's Yet Untitled podcast, is I think what I've called it.
He did it without
It's not
mentioning
necessarily a podcast, considering it's not able to be bought as a podcast, but we think that buying things is cheap, so we said no, which is kind of ironic, but it's not necessarily ironic. But, in other words, this episode, last time was called Quadruple Soapy Hand Bumps, so if you like that, congrats, you have emotion. And this time, on Gray's and Terry's Still Untitled, not Still Untitled, that's Adam Savage's, we have a very dangerously close title to theirs, Yet Untitled podcast. We have a special
You decided
guest. Say hello,
upon this
special guest.
title
Hi.
without me.
That's Ben. That's Ben. Shh. It's Ben.
Mm.
I'm Ben. It's Ben.
Well, Gray, introduce
Let's
me.
I'm gonna remain anonymous, but okay. Ben doesn't need to be anonymous. He's Ben. Close to the mic. Anyway.
Gray,
So this time, what? Yes.
me to your new friend Ben.
You're a newer friend than he is. I met you 2 years ago. I met him 4 years ago.
Okay.
Fourth grade. So 6, 7, 8. So like 4 or 5 years ago. 4.5
or 5 years ago. So Ben, I'm gonna introduce you on how to do the podcast. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to edit things in because Gray's the editor, and we want to make him do more work.
No. We're not doing this as much as last
yes,
time. Last
we
time
are.
it was such a pain.
Yes, we are.
It was such a pain.
That was just
the best
jump
part
cut.
about it was the corgis at like
Yes.
3 minutes 30 seconds. And I'm not putting any pictures of corgis in this one.
Put a
There
picture
aren't
of a
any
corgi.
corgis right now. No corgis. It's just gonna stay the same.
Corgis now.
No, there are no corgis.
You're going
no,
to
get
have
rid
to
of the
edit
corgis.
that in. Well, you're
They're gone
making me edit the audio, so
I just send me the audio.
No, I'm gonna
Don't
edit it.
touch it. Don't edit the audio.
No, because some parts are gonna be low volume, and I just wanna raise the volume.
Oh yeah. If one of us is mumbling, Ben, then yeah, totally raise the volume of that part.
Yeah, and plus because we're doing this via Skype,
There'll be problems with that.
Yeah, there'll be problems like right now, your voice just cut. Like not now, but a little before. And I just wanna.
It might cut off a little bit, and we apologize in advance for any of that.
Should we take
if our voice just kind of cuts off in mid sentence?
Should we get rid of the video to make it, not as?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, sorry, we just got rid of the video, and we got a radio. We got radio.
Wow.
So.
You burped.
Yeah, and so basically the main point of this episode at least is to talk about VidCon, because that happened recently. And Ben, what are your overall thoughts on VidCon?
It was interesting, yeah. My first VidCon, very interesting. We walked around the expo hall for like 8 hours the first day.
Waiting for the first Kia main stage event.
That was perhaps a poor choice.
Yeah, well, of course, I didn't go to any panels or Q&As. Terry, did you go to any panels or Q&As last year? This is the part where you say no.
Okay, no.
We didn't. We stepped into one panel thing once, and then we were just kind of like, this is weird. But this time we went to like all of the panels and all of the Q&As, and I tried to get into a couple.
We actually couldn't get into panels, but like the two we tried to get into, there were just crazy lines, and I just wanted to fill it up completely.
Yeah, I tried to get into,
Well,
and that was super fun. But we got into Q&As. We got into the we didn't have anything to do, and we just kind of needed to waste time. So we went into the Emma Blackery, and I was like, hey, Emma Blackery. So I went in because I like Emma Blackery. So, we went to the what was it, Emma Blackery,
There was
Olga K, and Terrence Southern Q&A. I don't know who Olga K. I mean, I know who Olga K.
I'm going to be honest, the majority of people there I didn't know, but
you didn't know like anyone.
Ben was kind of
I was
into this.
I was aware of Olga K, but I didn't really know who she was. And then I like Emma Blackery. Emma Blackery is a cool person, and no idea who Terrence Southern is. I don't think many people know who Tarantine is, but she's like an up and coming person apparently. So
An up-and-coming person.
up and coming YouTuber.
Mm. So, I think it's kind of important, Gray, that we should have actually explained what VidCon is.
Oh yeah, that's probably
Like, you know.
VidCon is a video conference set up by Hank Green and kind of his brother John. His brother John helps.
I thought it was a convention.
It's conference apparently.
Really?
Hank Green said enjoy the conference. So
I'm gonna go with convention because it seemed like
it is more of a convention than a conference, but apparently
Conference sounds better.
Conference does sound better.
it sounds professional.
It's more professional because that's what we're striving towards constantly at VidCon is professionalism. With this cat bug plushie. Yeah, no one can see, but it's I have a little cat bug plushie and it's cute. It's like 5 inches tall. But it's basically just a place where a bunch of YouTubers get together and do stuff. There's main stage events, which are like the big shows, and then there's concerts, and then there's VidCon Prom, which is like a giant scary dance party. In which you meet terrifying people, yet also slightly interesting, very interesting actually, people. And I met people at VidCon, and they were cool people, and yeah.
You should tell them the Steve Zaragoza story.
Steve Zaragoza, not Zaragoza, excuse me. I don't watch SourceFed. Neither does Ben, nor does Terry.
I don't watch SourceFed.
He doesn't watch SourceFed.
I kind of
But our friend Matthew does really like SourceFed. And I asked him, I said, hey, do you want any pictures or signatures from anyone at VidCon? And he said, Steve Zaragoza, please. And then he sent me a reference picture. And many texts describing how he looked.
We saw Steve like half a dozen times throughout the weekend.
We saw him several times. We weren't actually planning on getting him a picture or a signature from Steve because the signature lines were way too long, and we didn't want to be rude and ask him for it while he was walking to his hotel or anything.
Matthew's a good friend of ours, but he's not 5 hours.
He's not 5 hours good.
Yeah.
I don't think any of my friends are 5 hours good of a friend.
That's hurtful, Gray. That is very hurtful.
I wouldn't wait in a line for 5 hours to give you a gift. I'm the most generous person here, which is scary.
That is true.
He's not lying.
That is true.
Which is scary because I won't let people touch my stuff. I just won't. I'm like, no, you're gonna break it and ruin it forever. But anyway, so we accidentally bumped into him in the expo hall, and we were like, that'll probably take about 5 minutes, and then we did get a picture and a signature from him, in which he said, to Matthew, I'm misspelling everything, Steve, something like that. And that was super fun. And I also met Tomska and Matt Pat. And Charlie McDonald walked by us, so did Louise, so did Hank Green.
Hank Green, we were standing there, and then everyone started screaming.
And we just kind of turned around, and he walked in between us, and he was like, hi, and I was like, hi, Hank.
That's
and I didn't know what to do. But it was
actually quite impressive. I'm surprised you managed to make it through that mass of people.
I know, but he was running, and the easiest way to get through a large crowd of people if you're a YouTube celebrity at VidCon is to look down and look angry, which I think he did sufficiently well. And even then, he was still stopped. At least he wasn't Troye Sivan.
Yeah, VidCon this year, there were so many people. The escalators broke.
The escalators broke several times.
Wow.
They just stopped because there were too many people going up to the.
Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't go to this VidCon.
And we went to all 3 movie nights. The first of which was Frozen. We do not have any affiliations with the following movies, nor do we have any affiliation with Frozen. It was surprisingly good.
Especially for what Disney is becoming these days.
Yes, but let's not talk about Disney because they'll probably shoot us down. And the next one was Earth to Echo, which was surprisingly good, and that hasn't actually come out. It comes out on Wednesday.
So we saw the world premiere.
on Friday night, which was super cool, and we met the cast, kind of.
None of them actually seemed like very nice people.
No, but well, they were all like 15 and 16, so you know. And in the final scene of the movie, there's a thing about that, but I'll stop talking about the movie because I'm not at liberty to discuss any matters about Earth Echo because it hasn't come out in movie theaters yet. So. And then the last one was The Fault in Our Stars, the movie, which was super, super good, and all of us know what happens in the end. However, we will not say what happens in the end because there might be people watching this who don't know what happens. Therefore, we shouldn't talk about it. And if anyone posts a comment, which is unlikely, please don't, because that would be mean. So, smiles. But it was very good, and it stayed very true to the book, and it didn't. The thing is that it didn't change anything from the book, like no one in particular, Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson actually didn't change a lot, it just kind of ripped out all of the story.
I saw Percy Jackson in like the
fourth grade.
Was it fourth?
Fourth grade, yeah.
We saw the movie. Yeah, we did see the movie in fourth grade.
Yeah.
Dear God,
it was so bad.
Oh, it was awful.
We didn't even finish the book.
I mean, really, we moved so slowly on that book in fourth grade that I just read ahead, and I actually read the whole series of 5 books before we made it through chapter 4. So,
I never finished the book.
I never finished Percy Jackson.
We saw the movie though.
I do know that one guy gets stabbed. Apparently,
massive disappointment.
Yeah, the movie was terrible. Don't give your money to them.
It was a very bad movie.
It was such a bad movie.
Not
as bad as Atlantic Rim.
Like a $400 budget, someone could make like a self-made movie that was better.
That, not necessarily visually, because the water was very, very pretty.
No, the special effects were quite nice.
Yeah.
Special effects. So
it's just the writing. The writing was just
atrocious.
That. Anyway, going on a tangent, it was very good. It didn't change anything from the book. It just kind of removed little bits and unnecessary details.
And added Willem Dafoe,
Yes, Willem Dafoe was not in the book. He plays Peter Van Houten. So
they just add the character of Willem Dafoe for them.
They just pass by. Are you Willem Dafoe? Yes. Oh.
That would be amazing.
That would be terrible. They did the only thing. This isn't a spoiler, but in the movie, they go on a plane at a point in the movie, and the movie that they watched on the plane was 300 in the book, but in the movie it was Alien.
Actually, is a bit of a spoiler.
No, it's not.
No, because
that is a spoiler.
Get on the plane.
Hey, I never said a plane to where. It's a plane to California.
That's a spoiler.
Sorry.
You ruined it.
I ruined nothing.
You ruined it.
You actually didn't there. That was pretty good.
It isn't really big. They fly to California. Never mind. I'll stop talking about it so I don't spoil it any further. Yeah. But anyway, in the movie that they watch on the plane is 300 in the book, but it's not 300. It's Alien in the movie, which upset me very slightly. I was like, it was one of those moments when I was just like, I know I shouldn't be slightly upset, but I am very, very slightly upset. But that is like the only thing that I have.
Why would they change that?
And the scene in the mall with the little girl in the book, they took that out.
See,
I really like that scene.
You're spoiling it.
I thought the movie was,
and that was actually originally going to be John Green's cameo in the movie. He was going to be the little girl's dad, but they took it out, except for the world premieres, which I didn't see. But I want to see that scene because it looked. I mean, it's good to give him a cameo.
Yeah,
because he's such a good.
I never read the book, and I was a bit disappointed that I didn't read the book before I watched the movie. I did think the movie was pretty good. Yeah,
so it's a good movie. You can appreciate the story more if you've read the book, I guess.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't consider it one of my favorite movies, but I'm not saying it's not a great movie.
Yeah,
I'm saying I personally,
you personally don't like it because you don't like teenage romantic comedies.
Yeah,
it's not a romantic comedy. It's like a drama.
It's a very complex.
It's very it's not necessarily one genre.
Well, I will say this though, like the entire theater was weeping at points.
Yeah, it was.
Besides me, but
I wasn't weeping either because I already knew what happened. Anyway, movie very good. It's about a girl named Hazel who's 17, and she has lung cancer. So that's very, very
Cancer of the lungs.
cancer of the lungs. She has cancer of the everything. And
Pretty sure it's just the lungs.
it's cancer of the everything. It's cancer. She said she had like so much cancer that it wasn't even funny.
So much cancer.
Oh my
She's
god,
a grenade.
so much cancer. We should probably stop talking about cancer.
She's
Anyway,
a grenade.
that was really, really cool, and I had a lot of time at the movie thing, and there was like cheering and crying and clapping and booing and all that stuff. And at Frozen, there is okay, spoilers for Frozen. Okay, if you haven't seen Frozen, just pause. If you haven't seen Frozen, you probably already know this because you're on the internet. If you haven't seen Frozen, when Hans comes on screen, the eventual bad guy, when he comes on screen, everyone starts booing, and someone was like, "Oh, spoilers, guys!" And then someone turned to them and was like, "Really? Do you think that anyone in this movie theater hasn't seen Frozen?" And I wanted to just like turn to them and be like, "I haven't seen Frozen." And I hadn't seen Frozen prior to that. Wasn't necessarily the best choice on my part to see Frozen with a crowd of lots of people who really care about Frozen. For the first
passionate,
passionate Frozen fans. It was a good movie. It was a cute movie. I liked it. The only thing that I'm gonna be a little bit skeptical about is with the Olaf moments, where they were like, "Oh look, Olaf's gonna melt," kind of thing. Those moments were like half a second long, and then it's like, "Oh, no, he's not gonna die. He's not gonna die. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. We're not bad people. He's not. He'll be okay." It just had that very children's movie vibe to it. There wasn't ever a moment where you were like, "Oh, maybe he is going to melt." It was just, no, they're definitely going to immediately save him. Kind of like a.
People actually did die in that movie, though.
People did die, yeah.
2.
Who died in the movie? Spoilers. Spoilers for Frozen.
Okay.
Oh.
Their parents.
Oh yeah.
When they went on a voyage, ship, whoosh, giant storm, death.
What happened to
That's,
Kristoff?
That's what happened.
Didn't Kristoff die?
No.
Or not Kristoff, Hans.
Oh, Hans. He was sort of punched in the jaw, which was already probably fractured or something. I don't know.
And then he got put in jail.
When he stood up, but he was punched into the
He was punched into into a body of water, and then everyone was like, "We forgive you." Sorry, Terry. What?
He got punched. He got punched, but after, I mean, sort of like the scene where they're all ice skating at the end. Sorry, spoilers.
Doesn't matter. We're spoiling for Frozen. We're not spoiling The Fault in Their Stars. No,
actually, here's the thing.
No,
it's very possible that he was executed for treason.
It is very, very possible.
But they just didn't want to. If it was real life, he would have been killed.
I mean, with that time period.
Yeah, but I mean, does real life have magic ice wielding powered people?
I know, but in that time period in Norse countries,
in Europe in general, in the world,
at that time
there was a lot of killing.
Yeah. I mean, in now's world, there's lots of killing, but it's usually by, I don't know, diseases and microorganisms and nanobots. Actually, the Wheezy Waiter video was a teensy bit disappointing. I'll say that. Wheezy Waiter's performance at VidCon.
But his Q&A was fun.
His Q&A was super fun. I got to ask him a question, which was awesome. I asked him if he would ever take any deals with TV, if he wanted to do like a Wheezy Waiter show or something like that, and he said as long as he could continue doing Wheezy Waiter channel, then he would totally do something on TV if it was a role or which he thinks he could enjoy and make people laugh about.
So yeah,
that was super fun.
VidCon.
Oh my
VidCon
gosh.
was awesome.
I'm looking at the audio levels on Audacity. And you just had 30 seconds of pure silence. That's a record.
30 seconds.
Yes.
That's quite a long time.
I think we actually, our part of our conversation was actually skipped in there. Because I'm pretty sure that our pause just...
I doubt that it wasn't 30 seconds, because 30 seconds is actually quite a long time, because...
Don't tell
let's
me
not just...
Okay, I know. But I was giving a comparison. This...
Don't tell me I have to make...
That was 5 seconds.
That feels like what the pause was.
Yeah. But okay, Terry, what do you think VidCon was like this year?
This year? Well, I wasn't there.
I know, but what do you think it was like from what you heard? Wait, how long are we going on the?
You're reaching about 20 minutes.
Thanks for being quiet. Jesus. That was my family being annoying. Anyway, but Terry,
You're
yeah,
such-
of
you're
what
like
you
a
know and of what you've heard, how do you think it was?
Well, I feel like it's kind of the same, except you went to panels this time. So yeah.
Actually, we didn't go to panels. We just went to Q&As. We
Well,
tried
Q&A.
Q&As and panels are different. Very. Not really.
Well, panels are actually it's more of just who's being questioned.
Yeah.
But I feel
We did make music, which was super fun.
We made music.
I'm backing up because my daddy taught me good. That was super fun.
The Gregory Brothers.
Q&A. Watch the video. You can hear us sing. I think they have
the
an
panel Q&A thing. The difference is I think panels
is just people talking.
stuff.
Just people talking
It's sort of
rather than people answering questions. Gregory Brothers Q&A. We were just kind of going.
We went from the Samsung Curve to singing about backing up.
Singing about backing up because my daddy taught me. I think that's a viral video, but it wasn't 100%.
Yeah, well,
it is a viral video, so. And that was a really interesting one. About song making art. Tara, you haven't talked too terribly much.
Well, yeah, I know, because
alliteration.
You know, I do love watching these audio levels because every sort of scuttle you make makes a tiny little tick mark. It's kind of interesting. Like, for example, that audio mark looks like some person who's trying
Just watch a movie and turn on your computer.
Like record the audio. Okay, so Terry,
record the audio.
Want to talk about something entirely obligatory, something entirely non-related. Actually, let's talk about movies.
Let's talk about movies.
Because we've been yeah.
Have you ever wondered how fish can't go backwards? Like, I mean,
it's just like a silence as we ponder if there's a fish that can go backwards.
I mean, if they're able to go forward, how? If they're able to go forward,
just actually breathe.
Well, I know that's how they breathe, but isn't that
really
like
stop
because the air is pushed into their body by movement?
Well,
but the rest of the fish,
it's like that one scene in Shark Boy and Lava Girl where he's underwater and all the sharks are swimming around him and sleeping.
We haven't watched this movie.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That came out in what, 2001 or 2003?
I was trying to not affiliate myself with it just because it's a really, really, really odd.
I like that movie. That movie was like my favorite movie ever.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
And now I'm looking it up.
There's a 2.
No, there isn't.
Oh, there has to be.
The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, 2005. There isn't one. Please tell me there isn't. Please tell me there isn't.
There's a fan trailer for a second one.
They couldn't even make a second one because it ends with the other guy in the bottom of the ocean and she is light. Spoilers.
She is light.
She is light. That's the end of the movie. The Lava Girl is light.
Into,
I am photons or protons. No, photons. Yeah.
Photons. Did you know the photon version? Did you know that the photon version for sound are called phasers or phase tones or whatever? So
phase tones. It sounds delicious.
Phasers set to kill.
A phaser set to kill. I don't think that was ever a
It's Star Trek. It's like the little. I've seen very, very little Star Trek.
I have seen none of Star Trek.
I can't get past the awful CGI and really, really, really poor. Just.
You know how many people you're making angry right now?
I mean, Star Trek's great.
Is it better than Star Wars?
No, I love Star Wars.
Okay, I think we can all agree that we all like Star Wars better than Star Trek.
I never watched either, so I can't really.
He's never seen Star Wars, nor has he ever seen Harry Potter.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Why?
Don't watch 1, 2, and 3. Just watch 4, 5, and 6.
Well,
Star Trek. Do you know who Luke's father is?
Me?
Yeah.
Of course I do. I mean, if you just
spoilers, you haven't even seen the movie.
Dude, you
so
just go.
Because that was such a brilliant.
It was such a brilliant plot twist. Now it's like, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, but
no, it's
just
actually
go.
I remember. I was so
any
confused when I first
internet
saw it
website.
because my father showed it to me when I was like 7. So I was just sort of like, what? What is this?
Like, how does the who does the how, and then you saw Christian Anderson. Whatever his name
I hate him. I
so
hope he
much. Burns. I'm gonna see his stuff.
The prequels could have been so great, but instead it was just really amazing music with poor choices for casting.
What? No. That was
Christian.
That was my family again being annoying.
Seed. It's something Christian.
Gray, I noticed that when you said annoying, you went silent. So when I edit the audio, I'm gonna make it go really loud at the end. So it's gonna be annoying, like that.
I'm really annoyed.
It's Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Christensen. He is in Outcast, American Heist, Quantum Quest, Vanishing on 7th Street, New York, I Love You, Jumper. He's in Jumper. Wow. He hasn't been in anything since 2010. Good for him.
I just want to ask America, please disown Hayden Christensen.
Disown Hayden Christensen? I love how he was like the only American person in that movie. He was in 1993, Family Passions, and he played Skip McDeer in 1993. He was born in 1981. That means he was 12.
Oh, wait a minute, he's Canadian. Never mind, he's Canada's problem.
Who was that? Wait, why is he in like a thing? He's a terrible person.
Skype.
Okay, anyway, speaking of movies, segues, so speaking of movies, Terry, what would you say is your favorite movie, or at least one of your favorite movies?
One of my favorite movies.
It's like 3.
Yeah, your top 3 movies.
Not top 3, just 3 in your top 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
just three that you really, really like.
Because I don't think I could list a top 3, but I could list some that I would definitely include in my top 10. Sorry, continue.
There's so much stuff. Up is one, just because I'm a child.
Up is so good.
And I love Up, and it made me cry in the first 10 minutes.
That was one of the last good Disney movies, other than Frozen, which was surprisingly good.
Frozen was surprisingly good. Up was very good. So was WALL-E.
WALL-E, that's
Up and WALL-E were like right next to each other.
They were.
Yeah, but they weren't Disney. Well, they were Pixar.
They're Pixar,
Yeah.
Which is
it's the same thing.
I don't think I never hated a Pixar movie.
I
always loved the
Wait,
Pixar
you
movies.
don't think you have ever hated a Pixar movie, or you've never, or you don't, you think that never mind.
there isn't a Pixar movie that you disliked.
Yeah. I love
You love Toy Story,
obviously.
A Bug's Life,
Yes.
Toy Story 2,
Yes.
Monsters. Do you like Cars 2?
Ooh.
That's really weird to think that Cars 2 came out after Up and Toy Story 3.
That is
I don't know why,
weird.
I just find that odd.
It is weird. Well, just specifically Toy Story 3 at least.
Mm.
No!
We're good.
We're fine.
You're fine.
That's literally the third time.
Okay, just, I'm getting angry now.
Don't get angry.
Michelle! I am getting so many distractions. Anyways, you guys, Terry, talk about your favorite movies.
Okay, there was Up, WALL-E, those were like really good animated ones. What else is there? Surprisingly, Gray, you'll like to hear this. I really like Cloud Atlas.
Woo!
That's
Don't
like
spoil anything, I'm still reading the book.
okay.
That's
in the top.
I have to read like 7 books before I read the rest of Cloud Atlas. And by 7, I mean 1.
I have to read 3. Okay. At least I could choose them though. What
I
else?
just have like 40 pages of worksheets. I wish I had something I had to read. That would be so much better.
What other movies do I really like?
Sorry, I have to mention that there is an Untitled Pixar film coming out in sometime after 2018. That's going to be about Dia de los Muertos.
Day of the Dead.
The Day of the Dead.
Actually, there's a
Grim Fandango, the movie.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Aw.
I hope.
I love Grim Fandango. That's my favorite like old-timey adventure game.
Yeah, probably mine too. I really like Grim Fandango.
Have you played it?
And Dance the Grim Fandango. No, I haven't played it.
Oh, you
I've only
should.
seen a playthrough.
I haven't
Considering
played
you have
or
to
seen
pirate it to play it.
Yeah, you have to pirate it to play it.
Terry.
I didn't do it. I played it when I was young. On my dad's old computer. Okay. Actually, speaking.
Anyway, what would you say is 3 of your top 3 movies? 3, like, not your top 3, but 3 of your very favorite movies.
Like some of your favorite movies, not necessarily top 3, but
Should I
top
take-
3
top
that
10,
are the best.
like ish.
Should I
3
take?
that are
Mine are gonna be so different.
very, very good.
Should I take away like because I like movies for different reasons?
No, just 3 movies that you really, really love overall. 3
Okay.
movies that you would give like a 99% good rating, or 100% if you have a movie that you think is perfect. Which I have a movie that I think is perfect.
Oh,
And surprisingly enough, it isn't Cloud Atlas.
Is it
really?
Transcendence?
Yep.
Transcendence. Really?
I haven't seen either of them.
It
So-
surpassed it?
Transcendence and Cloud Atlas are my like 2 favorite movies, and Gravity. Transcendence, Cloud Atlas, and Gravity are my 3
I haven't seen any of those.
three very good movies.
Like
Terry and I.
the combo you just said was like I want to say Transcendence, Cloud Atlas, and Gravity now.
no. What were you gonna say? Because they're all 3 very, very good movies, and I really, really like them. But I would definitely say that the 2. I would say that the 2 that are really, really good, that are the perfect movies, would probably be Transcendence, and Gravity. Perfect.
I love
Story
Gravity.
wise, science wise. If we're talking science, then Gravity is terrible, and if we're talking science, Transcendence is terrible, and if we're talking science, then Cloud Atlas is still amazing.
Maybe-
Considering it's just confusing to follow the plot of. But anyway, let's stop talking about Cloud
That
Atlas
is true.
because
No, it
okay, so
annoyed me
I
so
have to say-
much in Gravity when was and it didn't apply to the laws of gravity.
the Kessler effect,
No,
property?
I mean no, the effect where like if you're in space and there's truly zero gravity, if you just tug at like 0.000
it should pull towards you, or you pull towards it.
Exactly. No matter how little the effect, it will just go towards it because there's no counteracting force. And if you manage to stop, you shouldn't just like keep moving. You should just stop and then, you know.
Yeah, I mean the whole friction like inertia thing
Yeah.
was a bit off. But
Well,
anyway,
great. There's this
I think
one scene
Some
where,
of my
like,
some of my favorite movies. I really like There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis. I think that's an excellent movie. No Country for Old Men also really
I
good
love
movie.
No Country for Old Men. Actually, if I had to add another one in, it would become No Country for Old Men. I really love No Country for Old Men.
And as far as comedy goes, I really like the Cornetto trilogy with
They're very
Simon
good, yes.
Pegg and Nick Frost. I
That would
haven't
be
seen
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End.
I haven't seen World's End yet.
I haven't seen any of them, but I've heard they're very good.
I
started watching
recommended-
Shaun of the Dead, and I had a panic attack.
Yeah,
great.
that was let's just continue.
So Terry, say what you were gonna say.
I found my perfect movie. I thought about it long and hard for the past 5 seconds, and I have decided that my favorite, that I consider to be 100% perfect, is a movie you have no idea what it is, but it's called Bono Bono.
Is it the cute baby seal?
Yes.
What is it?
Baby seal.
What's it called?
Bono
Bono.
Bono Bono.
The
Bono
movie.
I almost said Bono Bono.
Bono Bono.
Bono
Twice
Bono.
as much Bono. Twice the you do.
No, but
You four.
Like-
Sorry.
Bono Bono was a manga, then it was an anime, but then 2 movies came from it. There was a
What?
3D one and the normal original movie, and I'm talking about
Was it like live action,
no,
live
it was like
action
CG
cute?
3D.
like CGI?
Yeah, because Bono Bono is 2D. But I
What did I
love
see?
Bono Bono.
I said that my top 5. Yeah. What? I said that my top 5 movies were.
Top 3 of your favorite TV shows.
I
I would have to say.
Sherlock, Derek, Doctor Who, done.
I'd have to say Sherlock.
We've all seen Sherlock, Doctor Who, and Derek.
I have, but I wouldn't consider that my favorite.
Wait, Terry, have
Sherlock,
you seen all the
Breaking
Sherlocks?
Bad. Sherlock, Breaking Bad.
Breaking
and,
Bad.
probably Derek, yeah.
I've
Doctor
seen
Who?
Breaking
No,
Bad
Doctor
too.
Who before. Or
I've
maybe
se-
5, but I think there's another movie the next one.
I don't
Maybe
know
it's Sherlock.
why. No, Ben, I've seen Breaking Bad. And I wouldn't say I know.
Stop Breaking Bad. Stop.
No spoilers, but
I-
continue.
Don't worry, I'm not saying spoilers. I'm not saying that I like enjoy it, but it's addictive and I can't stop watching it, and I don't know why.
I really like Breaking Bad because I consider it. I mean, I one of the things I love about it is that literally every actor I've seen in the show, save for one woman who played the principal in one of the episodes, I think is excellent. Even the characters you see for like 5 minutes in one episode, that
and
some of the people that are even practically meaningless.
They still make you have feelings, like Derek.
Yeah.
But let's stop talking about Derek. I don't want to spoil Derek at all.
Yeah.
Derek is just so good. If you haven't seen Derek, stop watching us because we're dumb and go watch Derek.
yes, watch Derek.
Okay, are you back? Good. Because we need you. Okay, Terry, what time are we at?
You're past the 30-minute mark. You're at like 35 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so stop us when we're around 45. So like at like 43, start saying, okay, we need to stop now, because we're gonna take some discussion at the very end. Okay. This definitely isn't as like fun and happy and laughy as the last one was, but I'm entirely okay with that. I'm glad that these have like varying themes. Pulp Fiction is the other movie that I was gonna say. Ben hasn't seen Pulp Fiction. We're gonna probably watch it later today.
You should.
I'm aware, Terry, that you have a love-hate relationship with Pulp Fiction.
Yes, I do.
Don't spoil anything.
Actually, I really like Pulp Fiction. It's a lovely,
but it ruined your innocence.
Yes, it ruined my innocence, and then my dad talked to me about everything. So yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, that's so sad.
All of this stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me what your dad. Yeah, that was an interesting conversation that you must have had with your dad.
It was fine. It was normal.
You have weird conversations with your dad if that's normal. Anyway, but Pulp Fiction is such a good movie, and it's innovative and weird, and I love it. Kill Bill I really want to see, but I haven't seen it. And on the topic of movies from the 80s and 70s and stuff, The Shining.
You like The Shining?
I love The Shining book. I think that the movie is great as a story, but it terribly, terribly, terribly failed as The Shining. Because anyone who's read The Shining and seen The Shining knows
they're very different.
They are so different, it makes me want to cry.
It's best not to consider them the same thing. So
yes, it is really best not to consider them the same thing. And considering that Terry can't even get through the trailer for The Shining.
No, I went through the trailer for The Shining, and it's just like I think it's a lot worse.
The blood with the elevators.
Yeah, I just think it's a lot worse than, I don't know, like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is terrible. Don't even bring it up.
You literally go to hell.
You literally go to hell.
Yeah, it was
Disneyland,
California. Ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and close your eyes immediately. That's what I did. And then I came out, 13-year-old boy, looks about like a 17-year-old boy, and closing my eyes, cowering, like scrooched up next to my friend, who looks like a 22-year-old.
Yeah, for some reason.
I've been handed drink menus at restaurants.
In 5th grade.
I was in it. It was dark, but not that dark.
It was dark. Don't judge a person's age by their height. He learned after confronting someone as a 14-year-old when they're 19. Anyway, that was super fun. I'm actually friends with him now. He said,
I have no idea what you're talking about. You didn't specify what you're actually.
No, I didn't. But I met someone, and then they were. They looked like 13/14-year-old, and then they were 19.
One thing I hated about VidCon prom, not because it was bad, just because
the music.
I don't like that sort of thing.
It's basically a club. We were in a club. That's what was happening.
Yes, and that's. I mean, let me put it this way: Barry Manilow. You don't know who he is? Look him up. I went to a concert with Barry Manilow.
He's basically the musical equivalent of smooth jazz.
It's alternative, sort of. It's like.
I mean, with the pace.
The pace.
You're spitting in my face so much right now.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. But the pace of Barry Manilow is on par with smooth jazz, mostly. Except for some of his newer stuff, but he didn't really play any of his newer stuff at the concert, which I liked.
Was it actually Barry Manilow?
It was actually Barry Manilow. He's had a bit of plastic surgery. Looks not great, but
the hesitation in that statement.
But his voice is just as good as ever, and I had a great time at the concert. And There were only 60. Everyone there was either over 60 or Asian. Not saying something. I don't.
You don't have to specify that because Terry is Asian. You're not being offensive to Asian people.
But
he knows. He's had people tell him up to his face that they don't know how to speak English.
But
which is not fun.
I liked the pace of it all. That was perfect for me. Nothing more than that is anything I'd ever want to go to.
But it was the music and stuff was just jumping and flashing lights and glow sticks and people in caps.
And really loud. Really loud.
It was super loud, yeah. It was very loud from the outside of the building.
That's why I went to the outside of the building.
You just left.
You
said look over there, and then I looked over there because I was like, who's that? And then I looked back and you were gone, and I ran after you several times and then gave up, and then tweeted about giving up,
hoping they would put it on the
screen, but they didn't. So I mean, I wouldn't say I just gave up on VidCon Prom tweet. Hopefully they'll put it on. No, I said my friend left VidCon Prom because he's an old man in a teenager's body, but I'm still here. Thing. And they didn't. So they put tweets on the screen, which was really cool. And there are people who were. And then at one point there was a tweet that came up on screen, and it said, "Scream if you're single." Everyone screamed. Literally everyone, except the one couple who was slow.
I saw those people when I came in. The last 5 minutes, I went back in, looked for Gray, then didn't find him, so I left again.
Hey, you're such a supportive friend.
Well, then I started texting you that I was by the entrance, and then you came out and didn't see my text because you were talking with Rocky.
Hey, Rocky, who's a cool person. Rocky, if you're listening to this, I probably sent you the link. Hi.
I was gonna say more about Rocky, but I'm not going to.
I don't want to give out information about a person without their consent. Not that I've ever done that with you guys. I have. Accidentally.
Like what?
Saying your name at the beginning of this. Terry, are we at where are we at?
42. Sorry about the loud banging noises. I found out if you take a Sharpie and a sock, you can make a really effective slingshot.
I thought you said a saw for a minute, and I was wondering where you were going with that.
If you take a Sharpie and a sock, how do you make a really effective slingshot? This is turning into a DIY thing. Wow.
Yes, you put the Sharpie, against the springy fabric of your sock, and then you just
the ankle bit.
Yeah, the ankle bit, and then you just sort of pull at one of the ends of the Sharpie, and then you get this.
I just got a sound that sounded like...
Yeah, that was me shooting a Sharpie at the computer.
I will take a Sharpie and a sock.
Subject of movies. Not sure why. I just thought of this. But if anyone's seen the newest version of the King Kong thing, no, not the one with Bryan Cranston. I think that's actually with Godzilla. But no, not Dawn of the Apes. That's Planet of the Apes. I see what you're doing. But if you've seen the one with Jack Black with King Kong, it's really funny to watch because he's supposed to be from the 1920s, but Jack Black is so. It's just
not.
so not. It's he's so.
He plays the alcoholic author.
No, he plays the
movie director.
But it's funny because there's this line that delivered correctly. Yes, it could have been so great, but it's Jack Black, and he doesn't sound like he's from the.
What was it? It wasn't the.
It wasn't. I forget. It was something. It was Beauty Killed the Beast. But he's like. But it's Jack Black.
It was Beauty Killed the Beast.
Yeah, that's definitely how it happened.
He goes.
Sounded so
terrible,
modern, and it was supposed to be 1920.
Twas Beauty Killed the Beast.
Coming from Jack Black, Jack Black's voice is just so down.
And then they made Gulliver's Travels. Silence.
The sight of Gulliver's Travels.
That just insulted the book, really. That movie. I have to read that movie. Book.
I have to just read the screenplay.
Asterisk. Jack Black dancing to rock music. Asterisk. Killing thousands of people as he does so because they're tiny. And he's just dancing like they made 70 football field
song.
Yeah, QBG song.
We're so beautiful at singing. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Bobby.
Look up Chicken Factory Worker X Factor and you'll get what that was.
What is it? Wanna go on the ride?
Sure can. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Oh, God.
Your parents.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
While we're on this note, I want to encourage everyone who listens to this and Terry, look up Alan Penfold.
Alan Penfold. I feel so bad for Alan.
He looks like a child molester. He tried to do a Michael Jackson song on the X Factor.
Black or white?
Yeah, it was really entertaining. Not good, but entertaining.
He usually goes out very well.
I performed at karaoke. Nobody goes down very well.
Yeah. Anyway, let's stop talking about them. They're really cool. They're really, really interesting acts to watch.
He works for a pizza delivery company.
I work for a pizza delivery company. Speaking of people with awesome accents, Andrew Scott.
Really quick, I once watched 12 straight hours of really bad auditions for the X Factor.
That's why he knows all this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Andrew Scott, Moriarty,
Andrew Scott
Sherlock.
plays Moriarty in the new Sherlock. Is that a British Army Browning LA-11 in your pocket? Or are you just pleased to see me? He has such a beautiful, actually, yeah, that's Benedict Cumberbatch. But they're such a good pairing. In a way, Sherlock and Moriarty are in love with each other, or at least obsessed with each other.
That was in an interview with Andrew Scott,
yeah.
the actor, not the character.
Yeah. Sherlock, I'll burn you, Sherlock. I'll burn the heart out of you.
You can't. There's no way to replicate how he says.
And you can't. Anyway, let's stop talking about spoiler things. If you haven't seen Sherlock, then that's your fault.
You guys, I think it's important that we passed 45 minutes.
That's fine.
We can go to 50.
No, we're okay. So anyway, thanks for listening to this. I hope that you've really enjoyed.
Such an abrupt ending.
I know, but I don't want to keep it too
Wait.
long because the last one's about 45 minutes long, so I think this one should be about 45 minutes long also.
Wait, before
That's kind of where I want to keep these. But Ben, thank you for being on the podcast.
My pleasure.
You originally weren't going to talk a lot, but you actually kind of talked a lot. You probably about as much.
A lot more than I thought I would. I thought
Yeah.
I'd just sort of sit here and listen.
Because we. I mean, this is just having a
conversation.
conversation, but.
With more than one other person.
Anyway, Terry, so thank you for recording it, because Terry's recording it this time, because I don't want to deal with it.
Does
And
that
we have
mean-
two people and he only has one, so it's probably easier for him to record it.
Wait,
And thank you, Terry, for also editing it. I'm
Do
glad
I
that we didn't
have
do as
to
many
edit
visual
this?
jokes in this one, so that I won't have to edit it a lot, except for in the very beginning, which I'm not going to do. I'm just not going to edit this
now.
one. This one isn't going to have any editing in it. So
Corgi
Oh,
now.
Terry, if you were, you see where I'm going, I was looking for. Okay, that was really poorly thought out. What I was going to say there.
Spit all over my face.
If you wanted to edit in some corgis in the beginning, that would be.
That was me.
Great.
I edited in the corgis.
No, but if this time Terry wants to.
I
go
have
ahead.
to edit the.
Terry can't edit in corgis. I'm the one who does the uploading. They go on my channel.
I have to edit the
You should
audio.
edit in corgis.
Do you know how difficult it
You
is
should
to?
edit in corgis.
You shouldn't edit in corgis.
Do you know how
Yeah, at the
difficult?
beginning when you were saying show corgis, cue corgis. Remember that?
I know, but then I
Cue
said,
corgis?
no, there aren't any corgis. They're all gone.
Corgis, and then you go.
I won't know. There are no more corgis.
You have to add a corgi.
I can't, is a corgi going to be like the thing?
Yes, it's a thing
Everything.
now.
Every time they need to
So
be corgi.
mainstream.
Can I just make the background picture a corgi
No,
throughout the entire...
it has to be.
Okay, we
like-
should probably stop talking anyway. So...
No,
okay,
no.
So we're going to have corgis in the beginning.
No.
that'll be super fun.
Wait, no. I am the master of recording this. So we are not.
No, but
stopping
I
this.
have to edit the visual stuff, because I have all the files.
I know, but do I really have to edit the audio? Like,
Yes.
why? Because
You don't have to if you don't want to. You can keep it how it is, but you're the one who recorded it. So...
yeah, but then I'm gonna get blamed.
No, you won't. It's fine.
Okay, because there's a lot of stuff. So blurs now.
Well, now you know how I feel.
Well,
okay,
but yeah,
so-
your job is the easier one.
No, it isn't!
Yes, it is. You just need to.
You did nothing last time.
I told you what to do. Kind of. Not really. No.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening and standing all of this. And if you enjoyed it, congrats, you have feelings. And if you didn't, congrats, you have feelings also. So thank you guys for listening through all of this. I hope you really enjoyed it. Hopefully we can get another one out about every month. Because that's about where we're heading with this. Because this is at the very, very end of this month. And the last one was at the very end of that month. So hopefully in about a month we can have another one of these because these are super fun. I don't know if Ben will be on it.
Well, this is a rare occurrence that I'm in Arizona.
Yeah, or that we could all get together and have like a 3-way Skype call, which I really don't want to do. So yeah, and then with all the audio and stuff like that. So anyway, so thank you, Ben, for being on this one. High fives. And Terry, do we need to have any sort of? Do we have a specific way that we say goodbye?
I haven't really
Say it
listened to
in
the
as many
last.
languages as you can.
Terry, Korean.
Korean? Why? Just
Say
because
it.
I'm the different race. Okay, great. English.
Okay. Goodbye.
German. Auf Wiedersehen.
Annyeong.
French.
Adios.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Aloha. Shalom. Russian.
That's how they say it in Russian. That's how.
Anyway.
That's how
I'm ending
Thank
this
you,
in 3, 2, 1.
Anya, or however you say it. I don't speak Korean.
What? What? Okay, yes, later, please. Yes, I know, okay, yes, okay.
Bye.